I-92, it's Greg Thomas, special guest in studio. It's Natalia and Hannah and Christina, part of Southern Halo.
What's up, guys?
Hey. Welcome. Tell me, so where are you from?
We're from a really small town in Mississippi called Cleveland.
From the Delta.
Mississippi Delta.
That's right.
I'm wondering, how'd you get into music?
Well, it actually starts with, growing up in the Mississippi Delta. A lot of people don't realize that is actually the birthplaces of the blues music, which was, originally all American music. So
That's right.
the girls and I were never really good at sports.
Like all of our friends.
Yeah.
But we did dabble in what we
Music.
thought was most interesting to us, which was the influences of blues artists.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
we thrived off of that stuff. So yeah, we kind of picked up some instruments and
Well, mom and dad, were the typical, parents in the Delta, or really anywhere. Like, they had to have a piano in their house for decoration.
Okay, so you grew up around music.
So we just did it, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
loved music. So we actually have this old turntable in our kitchen, and that's like our hangout spot.
Nice.
So we just really grew up on a lot of the classics, and everywhere we went out in town, there would be like blues singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
Natalia started picking up piano, and then Christina and I were like, man, we want to play instruments too.
Yeah,
'cause
we
saw how
wanna
much
do
fun
that.
She was having.
Exactly.
And then Christina, being the middle child, drums were perfect for her. And then I'm the baby, so bass guitar is
chill.
Yeah,
Laid
it
back.
worked out.
Yeah. And it took the baby with the common sense to be like, hey, why don't we put our instruments together?
Yeah.
And like see what happens.
We were all doing it separately.
Separately.
So yeah, now we're a band. That's right.
And it works out.
It's more like you're saying, a band. It's not just three girls vocal. It's you play instruments, and I hear.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm. And which one of you plays the drums?
That would be me,
Okay.
the middle child. I don't know if you've heard of middle child syndrome. Have you ever
Okay.
heard of that before?
Yes.
It's true.
It is a very true fact, and it runs deep in my veins.
Yeah, like she was always beating on pots and pans and us. So like the drums are awesome.
Yeah. It saved our lives. Yeah.
I've heard that you do a really good version of "In the Air Tonight."
Oh, you think so?
That's what I heard.
Well, thank you. That gives us the biggest.
That
That's
drum
all
solo,
fantastic.
that dramatic dun 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 dun. Yeah.
So like we said, we did grow up a lot on the blues, but as we got older, we figured out other different genres. Like Christina and the drums, we dabbled in classic rock for a while.
That's right.
And then we did a lot of like hardcore country, and then
And
alternative.
A little pop and alternative.
So then,
yeah.
as we're older now, we're 18, 19, and 21, we've really just created the sound of Southern Halo as, who we are today. So it's just really a
Kind
blend.
of what we call CPR.
country pop rock. But it's mainly country because we
That
just
infusion.
love the...
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
But, we love the storytelling
useful.
aspect of the country music industry, and that's just where our heart belongs. So it's just really cool to,
Dabble in it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it.
Southern Halo is who we are talking to. Your sisters, when you're touring around, I mean, like sisters can do. I mean, you get along. Do you fight at all? Do you get into each other's, nerves or into something like that?
Honestly, from day one, we can honestly say that mom and dad have raised us from the start to, be us against them or even us against the world. And so we kind of just resolved any problem that we ever had just amongst ourselves, you know?
Yeah, well, we were, like you said, we were taught to really just be a team way before the band ever came along. So when the band happened, it was just, I'd have to say, like, naturally easy to, like, work together because we realized from the start, oldest child, middle child, baby, we're all so different in
So of course
personalities.
we have our difference, but we would always work it out together.
Yeah.
You get along.
No tattletale.
There's no one getting on each other. No, that's great.
If you have a problem, you work it out in your little circle. And we love actually using Southern Halo as a, as an example to everybody that differences can come together and, create something cool.
Yeah.
And you get an opportunity. I see the list of different artists that you've opened up for. Maren Morris, Old Dominion. I mean, the list goes on and on. B.B. King, even, the
Who
legend
is-
himself.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've just had so much fun, growing up through the years, playing music together, learning so much
Man,
more.
so many crazy opportunities that we still to this day, we're just like, well, how did we do that? You know,
and like the country music industry itself is like a huge family. Like literally, like we performed with Old Dominion one time. And they like helped us backstage, learning how to sign T-shirts. Like everyone's
Oh, that's cool.
sweet.
Everybody's there to
Yeah.
lift each other up and support each other.
It's
And
such a
it's,
positive industry.
it's the best job.
Yeah, family.
And on the road, I mean, what is it that you enjoy the most about touring around?
Well, obviously being with our sisters all the time and, meeting new people, trying new foods. Like one time we had, I think it was last year, we went to the UK three separate times for 3 different tours. And we
Haggis.
tried haggis, we tried blood pudding.
Blood pudding.
No, it was black pudding.
Black pudding. Black pudding.
Which is blood, but
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
just
I
all
don't
types
know.
of different
Crazy.
things.
But
Yeah,
we are big
Turkish.
foodies, so like being in the van together, like we're always trying to find like the weirdest restaurants and the coolest mom and pop shops. And we just love getting to, we're like history gurus too.
Yeah.
So every time we go to, Dad even likes to get on Wikipedia and like find all the history of each town.
Little fun fact.
Yeah,
cool.
like who's got the biggest cheese wheel? Obviously,
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Oh, that one town that had like that big chicken wire of Minnie Pearl.
That was
I don't
so
remember
cool.
where that was.
Yeah.
Random
Little fun
stuff,
thing.
but we thrive off of it. We thrive.
We live off of it.
Is this the first time you've been to Montgomery?
It
Yes.
is,
And it's
yeah.
beautiful. Oh my
pretty.
goodness.
Well, Hank Williams,
Yes,
That's right.
speaking
Isn't that
of history,
crazy?
country history, right down the street from right here at the studios, there's a statue, and then
We're
there's the
going.
museum right up here on Commerce Street.
We are
Already planning on
going.
hitting
Stay
that
a
up.
while.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You got that, and then the cemetery too, where he's buried.
Oh,
So it's all
Oh
right in
my
the same area.
Wow.
Big
We'll have to
time
stop by.
country
leaving
history here. Yeah. Southern Halos, who we are talking with here on I-92.